Open up. Open up already. Oh my god. Don't know where to go. We don't have to fight him again, right? No, I don't think it's blocked anymore. Please play the game. I am playing the game, dude. Almost done with it. No! Oh my god. Thank god this attack slightly moves me forward. Yeah, I like his attack. I don't have to micromanage that stupid pull attack anymore, because this one just kind of goes forward to your target. Yeah, it stuns and it auto locks an enemy and it's long range. Why the fuck would I use anything else? Why the fuck would I ever use anything else? Look at this guy. No! No, no, no! What the fuck was that attack? See? Actually do some shit attack for once. Insta fucking death. Vlogs coming eventually, dude, and thank you very much. I picked a difficulty for people with no hands. Well, here's the thing, right? I either have the choice between easy mode, normal mode, or legendary Dark Knight mode. So unless you're saying I should have picked legendary Dark Knight mode, I'm not quite sure what your point is, bruh. Not quite sure at all. Oh no, that made me take these fights too. I have to pay attention. Fuck. It's already bad enough I have to use two hands for this move actually. The nice thing about the other guy was that I only had to use one hand. Ah, I think I'm dropping this game, man. It's so fucking boring, actually. Jesus Christ. I tried to finish it, but it's not possible. It's not possible. All F4. Out. Rage quit. You call this anger? Call this anger? You don't know anger, boy. Get me out of big picture. Oh. Mm. I was actually thinking of playing Final Fantasy 15, but I don't know if they made the PC version much better than the PS4 one. It's way better. Let me check this for now. Yeah. It's a very cinematic game, so that's why I thought maybe it's okay for streaming. From what I recall, it didn't have much streaming either. Oh, sorry, streaming? Grinding. There was just a lot of slow parts in the game. Very positive, mostly positive. Lots of driving. I already finished the game in on PS4, but yeah, the PS4 one it's borderline unplayable for side quests because it's so. Every time you load the screen, it's like 2-minute load time or something. Have I thought about playing Strider? I'm not sure what Strider is, dude. Strider. Is this that mech game? It's not. Yeah, I think it's a big no for me, dog. Yeah, that's a big no for me, dog. Am I gonna play the new Spider-Man? Yes. Whenever that comes out. Oh, fuck, that Aski almost put me to sleep. They really almost put me to sleep. What is this? I saw a bunch of streamers play this. But I don't know what it is. It just another BR game or what? It's trash? Now, I have no idea what it is at all, so I only looked at it for a couple seconds. I watched Shroud play it a little bit. It looks like another BR game. It's not a BR game? It's a DayZ clone. Oh, I see. So one of those persistent world where it's like scarce resources and food and everything, and you run into a player every 10 hours. Oh my god. That guy doesn't look like he can run for more than 20 seconds. I need to see gameplay.
Hi, John J. Dick here. First,
John J. Dick?
protecting the Earth from the cow character's constitution level and not strength itself. The second example shows how well a character can control the recoil of the rifle, depending on his strength. The higher the strength, the better the recoil control is. Finally, here you can see the most obvious usage of strength, and that's in hand-to-hand combat. Although skill and speed are important, you shouldn't underestimate the size of your opponent. They might be slow, but they'll be able to knock you out easily and crush your nose like a grape.
Looks like he has titties.
Constitution is linked with physical endurance and stamina. It defines how well a character's body has been built to sustain hardship, stress, pain, shock, and physical damage. A strong constitution helps in all physical tasks. It'll restore your energy faster and give you more health points. It also defines the quality of your metabolism, or how well your body uses nutrients from food. Regarding the physical appearance, Constitution regulates the body fat percentage of your character. Lower Constitution will make you look chubby, and higher Constitution values, they'll reduce the amount of fat in your overall body mass of your character. While strength is linked with muscle type, it covers rapid and fast actions. The Constitution covers muscle fibers that are built for endurance. With more emphasis on the strength, you'll get a sprinter, and with better Constitution, you'll get a marathon runner. In the following example, you can see how Constitution affects players' ability to endure physical damage. The character on the right has a higher Constitution attribute than the guy on the left. All other attributes are the same. A higher Constitution means more health points. Here you can see how Constitution impacts endurance and overall performance of your character. The guy in the white t-shirt has a Constitution of 5, and the guy in the distance has a Constitution of 1. Other attributes are the same. The convict with the lower Constitution has less stamina to start with.
Why would you
Running
be fat?
down the slope will reduce
the
stamina consumption speed slightly, but it'll nevertheless get tired very quickly. The body that's out of shape usually is not capable of dealing and considers heavy physical activity a stress. Because of that, it can sometimes fall into shock, resulting in severe muscle pain, dizziness, nausea, and vomiting. Good news is that if you keep exercising, your body will adapt and your constitution will improve. Dexterity is also linked with muscles, but in a way that controls how fast a character will move and perform everyday actions. It also influences reaction time and balance, keeping you safe from falling when you're getting back home drunk. Higher dexterity will reduce the total weight of the character, both fat and muscle mass. Here you can see how dexterity can influence the speed of performing daily activities of an average American. Like
average American? Whoa, player 4!
Although the skill is like 80 to 90% of everything here, higher dexterity attribute can speed up your actions even more.
So which one was the average American?
Intelligence is equally important attribute.
Number 4?
With the biggest pool of skills assigned. It's the capability of perception and successfully performing tasks. It helps characters to learn faster, and without it, headshots would lose their purpose. No brain, no pain. So when you've finished with attributes, it's time for skills. The skills are divided into sections, with each section representing one attribute branch. Within the strength branch, you can find skills that have strength as their main attribute, and strength will have the biggest influence on how they're performed. Other attributes will not influence them as much.
Okay, so how does the game work?
Amount of skill, quickly see the difference between basic and advanced cooking
What are you doing in
skills.
this game?
With the higher skill level, You gain speed on your food preparation. You'll also gain access to more difficult food recipes. The cooking altogether is a very important skill. Properly cooked meals will provide you with additional performance bonuses that take effect as long as they're being digested by your character. Cooking also helps you to store food and use ingredients more efficiently, which means that you professional cooks can prepare nutritious meals with less ingredients. In the following example, you'll be able to see how different skills and attribute levels, along with the quality of tools, can influence the results of doing something basic, like bush cutting. Now the characters have different dexterity and different skill levels, but they all use the same level 4 cutting tool. The character with the best combination of all these 3 elements will cut the bush first.
Cut bush.
Here, the characters have the same dexterity and survival levels, but they have different tools.
Okay, where's the combat?
The guy on the left is cutting fat by running very complex episode of shit you need to know about.
Okay then. Now I want to see some combat.
Hi, John Dick here once again to remind you to stack paper and keep your pimp hands strong. It is the heart rate. It consists of P waves, QRS, by knocks your teeth out, stamina reduction value. It determines. Hi, my name's Dick, John Dick, here again to fill your ear hole with my scummy goodness. In this video development blog, we'll talk about climbing and vaulting. For those of you who still don't know,
zombies
Scum
in the
is
game?
an open-world survival game set in the near future with a realistic approach to gameplay. To be honest with you, we never
It's
considered mentioning
112
vaulting and climbing
kilograms?
as features, but since some other games advertise them as their main feature, we decided to at least explain how they'll work in Scum. Picture yourself as this well-built guy enjoying his run when suddenly you get surrounded by a group of drunks leaving the club early in the morning. Luckily for you, Scum allows you to keep your momentum and move fluidly through the level to avoid accidental pukes. But before we get into the details, we have to go back in time to explain how everything started. God, I love this part. Before we even started working on Scum, we tried many different survival games to experience the best and the worst that they can offer to players. One of them had this particular problem with basic things like doors. In this section, we've recreated a scenario that happened to us in that particular game on more than one occasion. Also, things could get a lot worse if someone was chasing you because these
Sounds
damn
like
doors
my
would
kind of
stop
bug.
you or push you aside most of the time, resulting in frustration and sometimes even death. So we decided the doors will have to open in a way to allow player movement to be fluid. This might be a small thing, but in combination with vaulting and climbing, it turned out to be a great feature. In some occasions, the best features in games are those that you don't notice when they happen. The idea is to keep the player concentrating on important stuff and to reduce the amount of frustration when performing repetitive, simple
Doors go
tasks.
outwards instead of inwards.
Now let's talk about vaulting and climbing. Here you have two
That
very
guy
old
on the right is
guys.
not vaulting.
Stan on the left,
The wall's
Oliver
gonna
on
break.
the right. They have different body attributes and different skills because, after all, they're different and unique people. In Scum, all characters are unique and all their attributes and knowledge can be changed in the game, as they are subject to change.
But he's
in
5
real
int.
life.
5
Notice that
strength.
not only they are moving
No
at
dicks.
different paces, their
Other guy
vaulting
is
and
62
climbing
kilos.
speeds are also different.
The guy next to him is 127 kilo and almost almost 50% body fat.
Stan has much better constitution, and his high dexterity makes him much faster than Oliver. He also has a lot more stamina and can run for a longer time. On the other hand, Oliver is a very smart guy and he has a big juicy brain. Having a friend in need is great, but having a slower buddy when zombies are chasing you, that's a lifesaver. In this part, you can see two guys that are physically identical, but they're packed with a different amount of gear. The guy on the left has around 13 kilos of gear distributed over his body.
The guy on the right is carrying like
right
50 kilos of
been
rock.
collecting
What am I
some
seeing is
precious
wrong?
items and has more than 60 kilograms in his inventory. The sheer amount of gear has stopped him from running. He's forced to jog all the time. In life-threatening situations, speed can be essential for survival. It's advisable that you drop all excessive gear if you need to escape quickly. Things that you leave behind might be enough to attract pursuers and stop them from chasing you further. Also, keep in mind that climbing and vaulting with that amount of weight will drain your stamina.
Okay, where is the
faster,
combat?
making you weak. There were a lot of questions about the
No.
More or less, that was everything we wanted to show you about vaulting and climbing. As we've said before, it's nothing special. It's just a feature that'll keep you focused on the gameplay instead of going crazy trying to get through a door. Furthermore, there are a lot of questions about the release date and if there will be a testing phase or not. The game has entered the first closed pre-alpha testing phase. We have a squad of badass US Marines testing the game as we speak. Thank you for watching, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and our development blog at www.scumgame.com to find out more about things that will follow the first testing phase. Ooh-ah!
Combat.
By the way, did you notice this little cool thing that we did in the background? Watch closer.
What, swapping shoulders?
When the player is in third-person perspective and is standing behind an obstacle that obstructs his character's vision, all the things in the background are blurred out. We use depth of field to reduce the advantage of third-person perspective over first-person perspective. The best thing is that it wasn't entirely our idea. It actually came from the Steam community pages, and we thought it would be great to have it in the game. It still has to be tested, though, but how cool is that? The game hasn't even been released yet, and we've already implemented some features requested by our community. That's you. Love you guys. You're great. Until next time, dick out for Scum.
Why is this?
Hi,
Yeah, whatever, man.
John Dick here, philanthropist.
Combat.
Character's head, the middle one,
Combat.
packed immune system, and
Combat.
luckily for them, they won't drown.
Combat.
Completely
Combat.
orange t-shirt. After everything you've seen so far, if you still think that it's okay to jump into deep water with all your gear on, take a moment to see what happened to our dear Adolf last year. That particular summer day, he was on the
Combat.
clothes. Air temperature? Higher temperatures will help to need to know about wetting yourself in scum. All that you've seen is still a work in progress and is
Combat. Any second now, they're gonna show me some in-game combat.
Hi, my name's John Dick, and I'm here to explain to you the physical condition of his character. Now that you know the basics, let's take a look at how the combat system works in other modern survival games. For this, we created a simulation of the type of unarmed combat that you can find in practically every survival game available on Steam.
Okay, the hand-to-hand doesn't look very good. Maybe the melee with weapons is better.
Their upper body and throw random punches toward your opponent. The camera is locked behind the character. It doesn't provide the player with a good overview of the situation, and most of the time it's really hard to tell where the punch will land. Obviously, this is a very basic implementation, and we could have done it the same in Scum, but we wanted to make something different. So, what exactly did we do in Scum to make things better? First, we wanted to find out the best way to fit martial arts in Scum's gameplay mechanics, and we quickly realized that the angle of the camera has to be changed. The free camera view not only provides players with a better overview of the situation, it also helps when you have to engage multiple opponents at the same time. The game also provides a first-person perspective camera for the combat mode, and everything works well there too. Once you enter combat, you'll be able to perform different moves and attacks. For example, you can try to circle around your opponent and control the fight from a distance. During the combat, you can defend yourself or attack. From defensive moves, you can use block or dodge, and from the attacks, you can choose kicks, punches, and combo moves. A dodge is used when you want to outmaneuver your opponent and then strike back in a counterattack with a different combination of punches and kicks. With the left mouse button, you can perform punches. With the right mouse button, you can do kicks. Combos are performed by pressing a combination of keys followed by left or right mouse button, depending on whether you want a punching or kicking combo.
Happy birthday,
The skill level of your character will define types of moves your character will use during the combat. So, for example, he might do a simple jab or a cross. Or, if he's more skillful, then he can step in, close the distance, and use a more powerful punch. Combos are special attack combinations that inflict more damage than a normal punch or kick, but they also drain stamina at a faster rate.
For style
the best
points?
way to use a combo is against a dodge or a block, and if you perform the combo successfully, you'll increase the chance for a knockout. Along with the skill level, the character's attributes will also influence the outcome of the fight. Strength, constitution, and dexterity are attributes that the player chooses during the character creation process.
I'm just scared that the game might be too much.
Once the game starts, these parameters
sitting around doing nothing and gathering food for 6 hours.
Diet, metabolism level, actions players take, and overall health status of the character. That will, of course, be reflected on the character's speed, endurance, and strength during the battle. With proper diet and workout, it's possible to boost all these attributes to their maximum values. The only exception is the intelligence attribute, which will stay the same or drop down if, for example, a character gets shot in the head. In the current presentation, you can see different skill levels and how they will be represented in the game. Our plan is to make different sets of animations for each skill level to allow players to visually recognize the skill levels of their foes. This is still a work in progress, and it will not be included in the early access version of the game. Everything that your character carries in the game will have an impact on how you will perform in the combat. Heavy gear will make your moves slow and sluggish, and it will drain your stamina more quickly. It's recommended that you drop excessive weight before you enter a fight. The combat skill can be effectively used against other players, NPCs, and it can be used against animals too. Although we do not recommend you attack bigger and more dangerous animals unless, of course, you're sure that you can beat them or outrun them.
Pussy.
In short, these were the basics about Scum Unarmed Combat Skill, and everything you saw is still a work in progress. We aim for further optimization of the combat process to make it more fluid and enjoyable. Future plans are to replace mocaps with more realistic animations, to make hit reactions for blocks, and, because our system is modular, once everything is set up, we plan to include other martial arts as additional combat skills that players will be. Hi, my name's John Dick.
I just want to see gunplay now.
Rifle and sniping skills
here we go.
In Scum. Scum is an open-world survival game with a realistic approach to gameplay. In Scum, you'll be able to create unique characters with different attributes and skill sets. The rifle's skill is inherited from the strength attribute, which generally defines everything related to muscle power. Sniping is linked to intelligence. Although both these skills require weapons, the former covers weapon handling, short-distance shooting, movement with weapons, and weapon maintenance, while the latter covers expertise in long-range shooting. The first thing we'll cover are the various stances and their relation to crosshair size. As with other combat games, crosshair size defines the scatter radius. This works in Scum just as it works in other games. What's different in Scum, however, are the additional factors that influence the size of the scatter radius. The most important factor is skill level. The rifle's skill is inherited from the strength attribute, which generally defines everything related to muscle power.
Yo, Karn!
Yo.
You wanna play Scum with me?
As a rifleman, you simply invest points in
Scum.
strength. Higher strength means better recoil.
Survival open world game, kinda like DayZ, but it looks cool. It's $16 only.
Is another factor. If the characters are exhausted,
16
ill, wounded,
Dara.
or drugged, their ability to handle weapons will
let
be
me finish this
reduced.
campaign and then I'll...
You're playing Ancient Vampires campaign?
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
The amount
Shit,
of
dude.
stamina, overall body condition,
know,
and metabolism
the-
processes depend largely on the
I know the
constitution
good old days,
attribute.
you know.
Just go to
This means
Steam
that
and
even though the rifle
write
skill
in
is
Scum.
linked to the strength attribute, it also
Scum,
depends
like
on
Scum
other
Dog.
body
scum like you.
After all, human bodies
No,
are
that's
complex
you.
machines.
Yeah, I'll check after this.
Scatter radius is significantly
So I'm done with
reduced
this,
when the player
mission.
aims down the sight. Previous factors still apply.
It looks
Since the
kinda- it
player
looks like a
holds the
really
weapon firmly
slow
and aims down the sight,
Survival
the recoil
game,
is
and
reduced.
every few
The
hours you
shot
probably
will
meet
be
like one
affected.
other party or one other player, and then we beat the shit out and take all our stuff. Or die and get robbed. It's one of the two, dude. Maybe we get robbed, but I know both of us are professional FPS players, so
Yeah,
our
so
odds
we,
of surviving are high.
yeah.
When aiming down the
That
sight, you
means
may hold your breath,
100%
which is
survival
extremely
chance.
useful in single fire mode. Holding
It's a game where
breath
it's
is
like,
just
wait,
as
is it even the
beneficial
biggest
for
scum
rifles and
survives?
sniping skills,
That's for you,
and it'll
dude.
help you make
Yeah.
more precise consecutive shots.
This game even has a shooting range on fucking early access! I've been waiting for this on fucking PUBG still now! It's
Wait,
been like 3 years!
The breath holding function
So
is
you can
divided into
practice?
3 parts.
Yeah, there's a fucking shooting range in the game, in early
These all
access!
depend on the skill level and will define the final aiming noise. Other factors from the scatter radius are also taken into consideration when the aiming noise is being
Yeah,
calculated.
I'm just
Finally,
finishing this
every
mission,
time
I'm
you
getting
fire
it.
a weapon, it recoils to
I haven't
return
bought it
back
yet,
to
I'm just
sync.
looking at the
This is a
videos right
skill
now. It
level
looks pretty
parameter as
interesting.
well. The better the skill, the closer
Ah,
to
it
the
got
center, the
released
weapon
today,
will return.
apparently?
Oh,
In most
yesterday
games,
I
a
think?
simple
I saw
recoil
Shroud play
procedure is
yesterday, I
used,
watched
forcing
like a
the
few
player to
minutes, it
return
looked
the
kinda
weapon
dull, but now I'm
manually.
looking at the videos and it
Fire
looks quite
3 or 4
okay.
consecutive shots, you'll be holding the weapon straight up in the air.
Alright.
And that's kind of lame, don't you think?
I just need to destroy the fucking Brits. There's a bunch of rhymes in front
Yeah,
of me. I'm
you-
gonna destroy them and then.
Yeah, you destroyed the Brits,
In
dude.
the current scene, you can
Avenge
see
your
two different
countrymen.
characters with different stats. The character on the
You
left is a
motherfuckers.
slim person with below average strength attribute and maximum dexterity. The character on the right
think
is
they're
suffering
good.
from accumulated fatigue and disease. Because of this, his strength attribute has been temporarily reduced. His rifle skill has been influenced by a strength drop and thus has been reduced from advanced to
He
basic.
has
This is
diarrhea, so his
actually a
strength is down?
representation of how metabolism and external factors influence your character in the
fuck?
game.
You can
Now
get
let's see what
diarrhea in
happens
the
when
game,
these two
dude.
guys
What the fuck?
Now
Yeah,
let's
but
talk
what
about
the fuck
sniping
is that? I don't know.
The sniping skill is weighted with the intelligence.
You have to be
attribute,
careful
and
with
you
that
need
shit,
a
though.
weapon and a scope for sniping.
Diarrhea is
To mount a
pretty
scope on the
pretty
weapon,
bad,
you first
dude.
have to mount a rail.
Have you had
Also,
it
you
before?
can
I
mount
never
numerous
had diarrhea.
different
You
scopes
never
on
had
the
diarrhea before in your
weapon
life?
The
Yeah,
first
of
time
course.
you mount the
I
scope,
never
you'll have
pooped,
to
too.
calibrate it.
You
The
never
rifle
poop?
scope calibration
Yeah.
is called zeroing. At the moment, Scum supports
Whoa.
a simple zeroing procedure, but we can make it fully realistic if this is what you desire. To zero your weapon, find a target at a certain distance. For example, a target set 100
Wait, what am I even?
meters
I
away.
don't even know what I'm.
Set
Wait.
your zero value to 100
Destroy
meters
towns,
and fire
okay.
one round at the very center of the target. Check where the shot went
That's
and
easy,
adjust the windage factor. Repeat the process until you get your shots perfectly
That's
centered.
wind in the
One
game?
windage click equals 1 milli.
Dude, there's
so
fucking
there's-
wind in this game for the bullet drop.
It gets damaged, you'll probably have to repeat. the
Uh-huh.
zeroing. For the bullet
Oh, no,
trajectory,
that's,
you use G1 ballistic
Wait,
formulas.
Wait,
In
wasn't
Scum,
there? I
the
thought there was
bullet's
a game that did
trajectory
that
is
too.
influenced
Like
by
I don't. I
caliber,
can't remember which one.
Sniper
There's a
Elite
game.
did that.
Wind, temperature,
Huh?
humidity,
Sniper
air
Elite
pressure,
did that.
altitude, and of course
Oh,
gravity.
I don't think I
Most
played
of
that
these
game.
values are on the left. Once you find your target, first you need to estimate all the mentioned parameters.
Can I just
By
type
quickly
with
pressing
this?
the
I
control
think I can.
key, your character will start to calculate everything. This calculation will take a long time for an inexperienced character and will not provide you with precise results. We refer to this action as ranging a target. Once you determine the range, you
This
can
is
adjust
actually
zero
some of the
values
best-
or aim at a specific chevron.
How do you?
mark.
It's not like
The
not
current
quite
scope is factory
trailers, but
adjusted
like
for
information
SVG,
videos about the
but
game
it can
on
be
the
used
Steam
for
page
all
and stuff
other
I've ever
weapons as
seen
well.
for a game.
However, chevrons will only work for
On
SVG,
Steam
since they
directly?
have been calibrated
Yeah, on
for
Steam, there's like
SVG
fucking
standard
they
ammunition.
explain like every
The
single
SVG
part of the
scope has a
game.
built-in rangefinder
And the
that
best
enables
part
you
is
to
the
quickly
narrator's
estimate
name
a
is
target's
called Dick.
distance, too.
John Dick.
Develop more skills, you'll be able
Every
to
time
range
he starts a
targets
video, he's like,
faster and
Dick
with more
here,
precision,
John Dick.
which is crucial if you need to kill your target quickly. A skillful sniper will be able to engage more targets at different distances than an inexperienced one. Furthermore,
fuck?
the
Is it
skill
actually
also
attacking me?
defines how far the sniper can range targets. As you gather experience points, your character's sniping skill grows, and in time, your target ranging distances will improve. It's understandable that there's no such thing as an innate ability to determine the exact ranging values. The currently shown values are for testing purposes only. We can replace them with descriptions like low, medium, or high humidity, for example, or leave them as they are depending on what the community wants. In the future, temperature, humidity, and pressure will be linked to a survival
Dude,
skill and
scorpions-
shown accordingly
scorpions pierce or
depending
some
on the
shit?
skill level.
Of course they do. They shoot ballist. No, shoot Javelins, don't
current
they? Like giant
example,
javelins.
the sniper engages
Yeah,
multiple
it's like
moving
the
targets.
ballistas or
The
whatever.
first two
Looks like
targets move at a
ballistas.
walking pace.
I think
the second two
projectile
move at a
pierces some
jogging
shit. Like
speed,
what?
and the last one, set
The only thing
1,000
I'm still
meters
worried about
away,
with this game
moves
is
at an
whether the
average
servers
running
are shit
speed.
or not.
Yeah, because there's a
Please
vampire
do notice
one
that the
fucking thing.
sniper
Oh, we
is
tried
not
Woobly with
inclined
the
to hold his
Safi, by the
breath
way. It
for the
doesn't lag.
first few shots.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
nice. Yeah, I'll get it too later.
Targets set more than 600 meters away.
like if you play,
Smart
you just
aim
have
at
to
the
play
bottom of the
people,
target,
European
or
people,
to
and then
use a
it's fine.
static object near the target to get the reading. A skillful sniper will be able to use mil dots to hit targets moving at different distances. For the really
Shroud
distant
server
targets,
down
the
now and
player
then,
can use the
presumed in new
windage knob
games?
adjustment to set up the aiming at a specific
Okay.
mil dot.
What the fuck? This guy's insane.
Take your time, breathe, you got this.
But if servers go down, do you lose progress? Or does it just kind of like save on the spot you're standing on? Because if that's the case, then it's okay-ish. But yeah, if you get a rollbacks and stuff, then it's like, You save? Yeah, then it's kind of okay. Yo, this is the aim I was coming for. This is NAA. Shoot!
Fuck.
Nice.
What?
Here, the
What happened?
sniper has changed his
The
location
sniping in
and
this game
attained
seems
an elevated
impossible.
position. Higher
Just get good,
positions
man, I
provide
think.
snipers with
I
a
think you
better
can only
overview
hit
of the
targets that are running
situation.
in a straight line, and
However,
that's it.
shooting from
As
high
soon as someone
altitude
makes a
at
stop or
targets
turns the
located
other
below
side,
has
it
an
is a
impact on the
complete miss on your
bullet's
shot.
trajectory.
Like,
I
I
think
don't
it's
see how
a
you're
classic
shooting.
When the
It's a
air
classic
pressure
case of
changes,
get good, man.
depending
That's
on
all.
I don't
the
think it's a
altitude.
classic. I think it's a
This is
fucking guessing
mostly
game.
noticeable in the case
But that's
of
always the
distant
case with long
targets.
range snipes. Unless the guy's just running in a straight line.
Now let's see what happens when the weather changes. The wind is a powerful force that can change the bullet trajectory
Alright,
easily.
I need to.
Even with targets set 100 meters away, a strong
Yeah, that
side
bullet
wind
drop,
can
right?
shift the bullet sideways
Like that
by
bullet
10 to
drop
20
almost
centimeters.
looks like it's a
If
fucking
you're not
bow,
good at
man.
locating the north in order to determine the wind
It doesn't even
direction,
feel like a sniper.
check
Look,
for
it looks like a
obvious
bow.
signs.
It's like an arrow
Check how
falling
the trees are
down.
moving, where the leaves are being blown away to, or which direction the rain is falling if it's raining. To shoot targets in strong wind, you'll have to learn how to use the windage knob. A skillful sniper can hit a target with one of the first 3 bullets.
It's actually so long. What?
In this short clip, you can see
Guy's
different
fucking
weapons
insane.
using the same type of scope.
But I like that there's a
Notice how the
practice range here.
SVD has a
That helps
stronger
so
bullet
much.
than the AK.
Yeah, because in PUBG that shit was so annoying.
Yeah,
When you
it
wanna
was
practice.
so annoying that you can only practice when you're fighting, right? And it's like, you,
So
you
yeah, how
can't
do you
get
fucking
good.
practice?
Because you play the game, you walk around for 45 minutes, and you die in
Now,
like 5
let's see
seconds. It's
how
like,
all these
Yeah.
actually
Or you
works
win
in
in
the
5
game
seconds.
itself.
Either way, you're not getting much practice whether you win or lose. Of course, you get more when you win. But I really do like having a proper shooting range in these type of games, so you can get used to the bullet drop and just practice shots in general. What is this fucking pixelated shit video suddenly? Am I gonna try PUBG against the shooting range? No, fuck PUBG, dude. I don't trust developers like that. That go all like, oh Jesus. They go all like, here's the early access game, and
Yeah, have fun.
and here are all the bugs, by the way, and we're gonna fix them after we add the Xbox version of the game that can't run at 10 FPS, and after we add DLC loot boxes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Give us
I'm
money,
just-
then we'll work on it.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is what I'm paying for, you know? It's like, bad taste in my mouth, man. Every game nowadays? No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. That's early access games mostly. But yeah, I kind of lose faith in things like that. Holy fuck, start fucking running, boy! Holy shit!
These have been the very basics about the rifles and sniping skills. Naturally, we plan to improve things even more and add many new features as well. Thank you for watching, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and our development blog at scumgame.com. No rabbits were harmed during the recording of this video blog presentation.
He didn't say dick out, man. Fuck. Did I watch
Able to
this?
choose.
Oh, I did not.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Hi, my name's John Dick, here to
Pack
explain
it
how
up,
rifle and
boys.
sniping skills
Doesn't
work in Scum. Scum is an open-world survival game
the
with a
same one?
realistic approach to
Oh.
gameplay. In Scum, you'll... Hi, my name's John Dick, and in this development blog video, we'll cover 4 different skill sets: stealth, camouflage, awareness, and tactics. These skills dynamically
Sneaky
change
cucumber.
depending on external influences or choices you make with your character during
You just
game
don't look
time.
for like 5
Before we
seconds,
start
suddenly
with
it's in
the
your
stat
ass.
Video, we'd like to say something about the unfair advantage of third-person perspective over first-person perspective. In the current video, we've recreated the worst-case scenario that players can experience in all third-person shooting games today. Not only that TPP is unfair over FPP, it's unfair in general since players on elevated positions have a huge advantage over other players. So far, there's no game that has provided a solution for this problem. Some games do offer split servers depending on the view, but in our opinion,
I don't think there is a
that's kinda
solution
lame.
for this, is there? Like, the only proper solution is just to make a game first person only for everyone.
So, what exactly did we do to
Oh
make
wait, I
things
mean,
better?
you can choose whether
In
you want a
Scum,
first person or
everything you
third person?
experience is
Yeah.
a projection
That shit sucks,
of what
man.
your
But third
character
person is always gonna have a
experiences in the
bigger
game.
advantage
No matter
no matter what
which
you
do.
view
Of course,
you prefer,
you can
you will not be able to see
third-person
things if your
view.
character doesn't see them
OP.
or feel them. This means if you want to see behind the wall, you'll have to take a peek and risk compromising your position. The moment you take a look, your character's awareness will kick in. What will be shown to you on the screen is a result of complex equations that involve your character's awareness and tactic skill versus the enemy's stealth and camouflage skills. The red outlines representing that tactic skill.
Who
have been
crouches in the middle of
activated
the
also.
street?
Notice that it works for both first person and third person perspective. Once tactics time expires, you'll lose information.
But
about
what are
enemy's
the specs though
position.
for this
The only
game?
way to get it again.
Oh, you
is
have
to
$1
take another
PC?
look.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know, dude.
Let's cover
I
the
don't know.
tactics skill. first.
Yeah,
Tactics
this is
is
the
linked
thing.
with the intelligence.
Yeah,
level
I don't know,
and
dude.
represents the ability to predict trajectories of objects.
But
in
if it's
3D
not one
space.
PC,
Imagine
$1
you're looking
PC
through the
friendly,
window and
I don't
notice
know.
a car slowing
Oh.
down.
Might be
at a
hard.
crossroads
Dude, that's
with a
wall
left
hacking
turn
this game if you have
signal.
certain
Even
skills
if you
even.
stop looking at that car, you'll have a rough
Wall
idea.
hacking.
of the
What?
game's
How long does that
objective. In
last?
the video, the character on the right has advanced level in tactics and is able to track its target much longer than the character
And
on
this
the
only
left.
works if you're
Remember,
first person or what? I
tactics
wasn't
will not
listening.
work if your target is in peripheral vision. It works only for central vision. Here you can see 3 players with 2 different awareness skill levels. While the first and third one are observing the surroundings more casually, the soldier in the middle has activated focus mode by holding down the right mouse button. The enemy soldier with the activated camouflage is sneaking directly towards them. The first character is what we call a trained observer. He has advanced awareness skill level and will notice the enemy almost immediately once he leaves the cover. The middle one with the activated focus mode will notice the enemy a bit later. By being focused, your character is paying more attention, and that will give you a bonus to awareness's hotspot radius. The third soldier is the last to notice the enemy. As you train your characters to observe, hotspot radius will increase. Awareness skill will
What?
determine
Let me look
what
at
is
that again.
rendered.
Was he there the entire time or
Third
what?
soldier is the will notice the enemy a bit later. By being focused, your
Hmm.
character is paying more attention, and that will give you a bonus to awareness's hotspot radius. Third soldier is the last to notice the enemy.
Oh,
Oh,
but
actually, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
it just straight up
So-
doesn't appear on your screen or what?
Hotspot radius. Activated camouflage is sneaking directly towards them. The first character is what we call a trained observer. He has advanced awareness skill level and will notice the enemy almost immediately once he leaves the cover. The middle one with activated focus mode will notice the
I think
enemy
this
a
is
bit
just straight up
later. By
invisibility,
being
right?
focused,
They
your
like they just
character
don't
is
spawn on
paying
your
more
screen until they're
attention,
close
and that
enough.
will give you a bonus to awareness's hotspot radius. Third soldier is the last to notice the enemy.
Yeah,
As you
so
train
it's-
your
it's not
characters
like-
to
it's
observe,
not like it
hotspot
camouflages or-
radius will increase.
or
Awareness
like,
skill will determine what is rendered and what isn't. And even if things are rendered, that doesn't mean that it will be easy to
Yeah,
notice
okay.
them. Well camouflaged snipers can totally blend in with surroundings and become almost
This
invisible.
guy gotta lay
So,
off the
if
burgers,
focus
man.
mode
Gotta
is
run
so
from
great as a
zombies.
bonus
Jesus.
multiplier, why shouldn't you use it all the time? The character on the right is using focus mode to observe the surroundings while jogging through the level. His stamina is dropping slightly faster than the stamina of the character on the left. The influence of the focus mode is really small, but still, if you combine all the other factors that impact your character's performance, it may be crucial in life and death situations. Awareness is defined by 2 factors, hotspot radius and fall-off radius. If the camouflaged objects are farther away and out of fall-off radius, your character will not be able to see them, unless he has some sort of
Thank God for this,
magnification.
actually.
For example, a sniper rifle.
Not gonna play
All
against like
magnifying
Shroud or
devices
something. He starts sniping from
automatically add
1500
bonuses to
meters.
hotspot and fall off, making it easier for you to notice things at higher distances. Looking through the scope also automatically activates the focus mode.
Whoa.
Awareness
It may
is
not
not
be
only
appropriate
useful
for
in
all
combat
ages, or may not be
situations, it
appropriate
also
for viewing
provides
at
you with
work.
benefits when you're searching for useful items
Oh my
like
god.
food or gear.
I'm
If
scared,
you
man.
use focus mode,
Wait, that's
awareness will
freaking- what the
highlight
fuck?
the items within your spot radius. This will help you to see them from a distance, which is especially
Cabbage?
useful for smaller items. Characters with low awareness skill will have to come closer to detect the same items. During the nighttime, awareness spot radius is significantly reduced. Unless you find some kind of night vision device, you'll not be able to detect things with the
So
same
do you lose
efficiency
all your
as
skill
during the
points
day.
if you die or what? That would be total ass.
A higher
If
level
it doesn't,
of
then,
awareness will give you
you
some
know, like
additional
high level
benefits,
characters, don't they just
such as
destroy
the
low level
ability
characters
to
like
detect
crazy?
imminent dangers. It won't work 100% of the time, but when you get notified, be sure to react swiftly, or you may lose your life.
It's always the fucking bear.
Wait.
Okay, let's cover the stealth skill now. The stealth skill is linked with the dexterity attribute, but it also depends on other factors. To determine the final level of noise that your character makes, we
Yes,
first
it is.
analyze the
Yeah.
type and amount of gear your character carries. Then we take into consideration the movement and ground material type. This is the starting point of the noise level calculations.
It's a fucking Mario missile. I was like, what? What the fuck? There is the endemic life researcher in the game. Do you see that shit?
The what?
The endemic life researcher from Monster Hunter. Like on the first video, she's running after the fat guy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
In Monster Hunter, you know, the endemic life researcher. The bitch who sends you to catch stuff.
The next step is to factor
you don't
in the
even-
What
overall
about them?
weight of the character. Again, this system is fully dynamic.
It is in this
and it's
game.
linked
Scott,
directly
watching
with
the video,
character's
I saw her.
metabolism. All things that
The fuck,
influence
Connor?
body mass are taken into
Yeah.
consideration, like
Oh my
fluid or
god,
food
ah,
intake, for example.
you don't know.
The larger the body, the more noise it will make.
There's fucking robots or what?
The fatter you are, the louder you are.
Finally, the last
I mean,
thing taken into
if
consideration
you
is
fat,
actual
That
stealth
should be like a
skill
third mechanic where
The
there's like
higher the
little
skill,
shockwaves for
the
every
better
single
you
step you
silence the
take.
noise that your
Some
character
bamboo.
makes. Modern gaming engines have many limitations. Don't you simply hate when you think that you're safely hidden far away in dense foliage just to realize that you stick out like a dog's balls? In Scum, our methods allow players to be equally competitive regardless of the graphical settings they use to play the game. The guy at camp is
Yeah, but
preparing
isn't
some
it like
delicious
early
steak.
access, open
Let's
world,
call
all
him
the
Donald.
shit you
Yeah.
love the most
Soldiers
about
are
games?
approaching
I don't know.
over the
Yeah,
left
but
one
it's only
called
Early
$16,
access.
so
dense vegetation.
Early
The
access
middle one,
survival
Huey,
open
is
world is
crouching his way
you
towards the
you
large
it
rock.
looks
The
kind
right
of
one
nice.
is
I watched like
walking
50 minutes of their
straight in the open
videos,
like
and it
John
looks
Wayne
kind of
in the
nice,
sands
dude.
of Iwo Jima. Let's address him as Louis. Notice that from the Donald's perspective, he only sees Louis. Dewey is well hidden in the bush, while Huey can't be seen because he's well camouflaged. On far distances, the game engine doesn't render foliage, yet still Huey is invisible until he decides to blow his cover simply by changing
This
his
game has
stance.
deep
At that
customization and
moment,
features.
his camouflage has been terminated and he becomes visible. The camouflage skill can only be
like super
activated
deep.
in dense foliage when your character is
Holy
prone and out of
shit.
plain
Actually, this
sight.
looks
What if you like show up with
Everything
one
you
guy,
just saw
you
is
wave,
still in
and then
development,
all your
but
friends